So the McMahon Agency is actually a consulting practice that covers three distinct areas in a very niche industry. It's the private country club sector in the United States. We offer executive search services, we provide career coaching, and we provide executive education. So we are using the integrated platform of Recruit CRM for multiple applications within the company. We began our company in 2008. We became more focused in our current role around 2018 with a heavier focus on search. And that was when I went looking for an application that could help me have an experience that was going to be positive for our clients and certainly for our candidates. So over the last 7 years, we have grown extensively in our search capacity, and Recruit CRM has been an important partner, if you will, along that journey. To be candid, I only did some initial discovery of competitive products when I was first looking for a foundational application for our firm. Like many small, medium businesses, in our founding, we were patching together, databases and spreadsheets and so forth. But in our early discovery, one of the things that stood out to me about Recruit CRM, besides the fact that at the time the company was probably in a similar growth phase to our own, so I appreciated that and was introduced, I believe, to one of the founders and spoke at length personally with Sean, I believe, in the very early days, was the simplicity of the integration. I needed a database, but I also needed a robust recruitment tool, something that would allow us to work closely in an integrated fashion with our employer clients, but also one that would allow us to develop and then maintain ongoing relationships with our candidate pool, many of whom became clients in our education and coaching aspects of our company. So that tight integration, communication, understanding of where those candidates / education clients were, that was an important criteria as we started to search for an application solution. So from a recruitment perspective, all of the fundamentals were in place initially, but the tight integration was what made it attractive to us on the initial launch, if you will, or partnering with Recruit. I feel like I've been through two distinct onboarding periods. One was many years ago when we first started using the product. And again, at that particular juncture, it was a very early stage for us. So our use of the product was somewhat fundamental, if you will. And as we were growing, I made reference earlier to the fact that I think the features of Recruit CRM were also evolving in response to market needs and customer needs, several of which I had identified. None specifically come to mind right now, but I remember a couple of times it was like, this is in development or this would be coming. And sure enough, in a very short period of time, additional features were added over time. We recently, I would say, relaunched, if you will, with our candidate interface, our candidate profile board, and I may need to get some nomenclature from you on exactly the terminology that you use, but we had expanded our search capability and were in a growing mode, if you will, and we wanted more. Number one, we wanted a cleaner, more modern interface for our candidates, and certainly for our clients, our employer clients to see. But we, more importantly, wanted a more personalized experience for our candidates to monitor where they were in process and allow them to more easily see at a glance the type of jobs that we had and where they were located and compensations and career phases. And we created with the help of Harsha was our lead design consultant in that project, and we created an amazing interface that is very personalized. It's customized for our company. It allows us to, as I said, provide to our candidate base a very, very clear and distinct, quick look at what opportunities existed that we were putting forth on behalf of our clients, and created a much cleaner and a more clear line of communication with our candidates. And we've received great feedback from that anecdotally in terms of candidate comments and feedback. Even when a candidate is unsuccessful, it's nice to have them give us positive feedback about the experience of working with us, which very much is the responsibility or the result of our relationship with Recruit CRM and what we have been able to launch over this past 6 months. It's a very new product or new feature for us. Well, I think the game changer, candidly, I just referred to. I know internally it's known within Recruit CRM as Recruit Craft, and that allowed us to create a new candidate portal that was personalized to our company, that integrated all of the back-end features of Recruit CRM, but also as a result provided our candidate market with an amazing game-changing experience that I feel has really separated McMahon Careers from our competition. I was particularly grateful to the group that we worked with. We worked with Harsha, was our design and solutions consultant, if you will. He worked with us on the design and understanding how we wanted to present our firm and what we were doing. Specifically, it was very unique. And then we had the opportunity to work with Habashek on a lot of automation features, which was another, I want to call it a game changer, because we were trying again to piece things together from a workflow perspective, and to be able to have all of these capabilities integrated and built into our into Recruit CRM. It became something that I, all of a sudden, as the founder and president of the company, I wasn't thinking about day to day. I wasn't concerned with, we were quickly able to ramp up to a level where our anticipated communication and relationship was being built faster, stronger, more timely with our candidate profile and our candidate portals that we weren't able to do before. And to me, being able to create that level of customization without employing web designers and trying to bring them together with a technical crew, a database crew, a recruiting application, trying to put all that together, I wouldn't have stood a chance with that. But being able to do it in one compact and encapsulated solution, that was a game changer for McMahon Careers. And there's two levels of measurement, right? One is always the results for our customers and the growth in our business and the development of that business growth. But the other two is the ease with which we're able to accomplish that. So both from a results perspective and from a ease of use, peace of mind, if you will. We've had amazing success with Recruit CRM and that product, if you will, that Recruit Craft. I've been very, very happy and impressed with that. We have had a period of continued expansion of our company offerings. And within our niche industry, we work with the primary trade association is one of our partners. Their intention and purpose as a trade organization is to advance and support the careers of our target candidates, which are racket sports professionals, okay? And one of the things that we've done with that trade association is we have built out the types of offerings that we are providing in a recruiting capacity. Candidly, some employers look to their trade association or to the industry's trade association as the job board of the industry, and very often for some entry-level positions and auxiliary positions, a passive job board posting is fine. But our relationship and partnership with that trade association, as it has continued to grow, this has created opportunities for our firm to provide more retained searches and provide not only a full level, what the industry broadly may call a full executive search, but also some variations of that using the features and sorting and filtering capabilities that Recruit CRM offers. We've been able to serve a much wider client base and a prospective wider client base by offering some additional products in addition to the full, if you will, full service executive search. So at one point we had passive and full service, and now we have a couple of offerings in the middle that our Recruitcraft allows us to do and provide that as a paid service, which is important to us as a company. But as importantly, it's provided the industry and the people who turn to us as a resource within their industry. It's allowed us to provide them with a greater level of service and a better experience. So for that, I'm very grateful. Well, I'd love to if it was only not about 60 days in service. We launched this new Recruitcraft about, I want to say 3.5 months ago. And at this point, where our feedback from our client base and our prospective candidate base has been anecdotal, because candidly, our business is what our business is. We see this as an opportunity to effectuate, if not strongly influence, that growth going forward, which is why we made the investment of time and resources in Recruitcraft a priority for us. It's been, as I said, a journey that was very simple in terms of development and design. We had to go through our various testing and beta experiences and so forth. But here we are now in the market, and we feel it's going to have an incredibly positive outcome for us. You may have asked the wrong person, because I love to dream about future expectations from technology and from our partners always. Clearly, the use of and the application of in an appropriate manner artificial intelligence is one that it takes the concept of exploration, discovery, whether it be filtering or searching or whatever, it takes it to a new level. And I think continuing to build out those features within any application, but particularly where we are essentially looking at two segments of an industry with different needs and expectations. As any agency is, they're looking to their client base, their employers that are in turn looking for people, and then that second, we consider our candidates our clients as well. Even though they're not paying us, the employers certainly are the ones that retain and pay us. But we look at our candidates as an equal client, if you will. One is not possible to serve without the other. So I think being able to have more intuitive, but more importantly, more expedited and reactive results, if you will, that the use of AI is certainly one that I would anticipate that every company is looking to utilize and leverage more. And McMahon Careers is no different in that capacity. And I've started to see those features creep into the Recruit CRM platform as well. So I would suspect that they will continue to evolve as feature add-ons. Well, if anyone has viewed the last few minutes today, the obvious answer to that is yes. And I think that again, the paradigm in the 6 or 7 years that I've used Recruit CRM probably speaks most to my recommendation, because my company was at one stage 7 years ago. It's today at a different stage. I didn't feel a need to look for a solution that was keeping up with my company. To the contrary, I think that many of the features and development of what has been offered by Recruit CRM has prodded me to action and to evolution in the sophistication and the clarity and expertise that we're able to deliver in our work. And I think that if I'm ever looking at a business solution, it's got to be someone or some entity that is going to work in the manner that I need at my particular phase and stage of evolution, of my business's evolution. And Recruit CRM has proved that to me, not once and over an extended period, but then again recently in the past few months in our recent launch or relaunch, if you will, of Recruit Craft. So I'd say that would be my why. My why is that not only has the company stayed relevant to my business, but it's almost outpacing me and keeping me on my edge. And it's only on the edge that you get your best times, right? You get your best result when you're a little bit on the edge of the status quo. So that's my why. It has challenged me. The future of recruitment needs to remain, it's a duopoly. It's client and candidate. Both need to be served equally. I like the regular updates that Shashank sends out to me about what the company is doing specifically, because what I hear from Recruit is representative of a broad cross-section of my industry, and it's important to me to stay aware of not just what's happening in my niche area, but across the industry as a whole.